So have you ever been with someone else?
Nothing beyond temptation. When I said we should leave whatever happened in the past, I meant that. He's your friend now, and that's fine with me.
Time.
Together.
Time.
I don't believe you. With more vigour. Like a middle-aged woman hasn't fed you the lines from some mildly successful psychology book.
Time.
Good. That's what it takes and what you need.
Again, thank you so much. It's been an education over the last 6 weeks.
You've taken the right steps. I see the willingness from both of you.
And we're better off for it.
Yeah, we're in a good place now.
Good. Right, well, I'm away for the best part of a month, but please don't hesitate to get in contact if you need me.
Jennifer, enjoy your freedom. We'll be right here when you get back.
Take the opportunity to discover each other again and come back to me with revelations this time.
Do you mind if I just snatch one?
Sure, go ahead.
Maybe another one.
They're nice, aren't they? I started stacking up after a patient started hounding me. Turned out she was pregnant and feeding the baby. Sign?
I doubt it. No, not for another couple of years at least, anyway.
Imagine. You are kidding, right?
Not really, no. Well, you weren't considering having one now, were you?
Oh, obviously not before the wedding, but sometime soon after, yeah?
When exactly did you make this decision?
Hasn't this always been what we wanted?
No.
OK, take a seat.
I feel disrespected. I mean, I was under the impression that this was a partnership. Big decisions like this need to be made together. You don't just predict something and then expect me to just run along with it.
Damien, do you have anything to say to Imani?
Really?
Do you understand her perspective? Damien, in order for you to move forward, you have to acknowledge what another is saying.
I just found out that my fiancé doesn't want to have children. So excuse me for not being as forthgiving as everyone else in the room.
Did I say that? I mean, did you hear those words come out of my mouth? Are you even listening to me?
OK, evidently there's been a lapse in communication previously. It's filtering through to your body language. Face each other, express your concerns, and at the very least, listen.
Look, when we first got together, you couldn't wait to have a family. That was all you spoke about. You know, about how your parents, when they left, there was this big void that could only be filled in with family. This is what you wanted.
I know.
And now?
I still want a family. Just not now. I mean, I enjoy what I do and I don't want to leave.
You don't have to leave. You can go on maternity leave and then you can just come back.
It's not the same.
It practically is. I mean, consider it an extended holiday.
Damien.
Okay? I'll make sure the travelling is at a minimum, okay? You can work from home.
You're just thinking too far
That way
ahead.
you get to come back nice and early.
No, you're doing it again. Just stop making decisions without me. I do not want children right now, okay? So just stop.
Look, I'm only trying to help us, Imani.
I don't see how you can help us if you're not even listening. I mean, you're actually making me feel claustrophobic.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm serious. Everything's just become your plans. Like, when we should set the date, when we should have children, who we see for counselling, it's just all your rules.
Oh, my God. I'm baffled. I mean, look, I hear what you're saying, and of course I take it into consideration, but I genuinely have no idea where this is coming from.
Damien, do you think the dynamic of the relationship has changed since the promotion?
What, like I'm more authoritative?
Perhaps that, but what I was getting at is that possibly you had an idea or understanding of Imani's wants before the promotion. Perhaps, since travelling for work, Imani's wants have changed or deferred, and what you were sure about before isn't what it is now.
What, do you want me to stop travelling?
I don't have an issue with your job.
But you do have an issue.
No, I just want time.
Do you love me, Imani?
What? Why would you ask that?
Because we've become individuals in a relationship.
We've always been like that.
Not like this. You know, I've always felt that we were like a unit. I think you've changed, Imani. I'm just not sure whether it's something or someone.
Why are you going there? I said from week 1 that I do not want to speak about him anymore. It is done.
Why are you being so dismissive of it?
Because you're not giving me the opportunity to move on. And you know, I didn't just appreciate the way that you brought it up right now.
Is this why you need time, Imani?
What?
You mentioned moving on from your ex. Now I know you're uncomfortable with talking about him, but do you think he represents something you don't have? In our first session, you said he was a musician, unsigned. By rights, he gets to plan his own schedules, travel, and do things he enjoys in his own time. Do you get where I'm going with this?
No. But I'm sure you're going to tell me.
I think he represents freedom and time, something you may not think you have in your impending marriage. There's a certain pressure that's seeing him alleviated. I think the possible need for you to see him at the dinner whilst keeping Damien out of the loop is because I think it represents you reaching out to Damien. If Damien could see how relaxed your ex was in his life, maybe Damien would stop making you feel claustrophobic.
Is that it?
I'd really like to explore this conversation at the dinner.
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I gotta know. Well, I can say it from my perspective.
Okay.
All right, so I'm at this dinner and these guys are sitting opposite each other and he's talking about how they met and you should have seen him, man. His eyes were just like so soft and so googly and I thought it was a bit weird. I looked over to her thinking she might be a bit awkward about it, but you should have seen her eyes as well. It wasn't matching up with what they were saying, how they were looking at each other. It just wasn't adding up. And
I slept with him.
what? When?
When you were in Vancouver.